Now for a trip down memory lane in the match after which pundit Alan Hansen famously said, "You'll win nothing with kids." He was proved wrong as Manchester United's swashbuckling youngsters went on to win the title. But on this day, they were second best and fell foul of a vintage Villa performance. Extended highlights now of Aston Villa versus Manchester United from August 1995.
Aston Villa kick off the season here at Villa Park against a Manchester United side with the accent very much on youth. Only 5 players in United's 11 for this opening game. It started the season for them exactly a year ago, and half the side with an average age of just 21. Ehiog and Townsend, the Villa captain. Now Gareth Southgate, who's playing on the left side of a back central 3 for Villa. Wright, the fullback, whips it in. Pallister's important header. Some of the crowd thought they saw handball. It's Dwight York again, faced by Parker. That was always tight to Schmeichel, who looks for the early outlet and finds Scholes rather. And that's one for Sharp to chase. Kept it in, but Mark Draper, another of Villa's new signings, has stuck with him. Dennis Irwin with the throw for United. Here's Scholes. Gary Neville. McClare. Philip Neville offering a little bit of width. Nicky Butt. And just lost his footing. And that will be a goal kick to Villa. There's a lot of responsibility on these Manchester United youngsters. Just looking across Nicky Butt to his manager Alex Ferguson for instruction. Pallister came a long way to win it. Here's Wright. Dwight York, who has been busy in this first quarter of an hour. And a nice ball back to him from Townsend. That came off the forehead of Neville. Villa still have it. Here's Charles, just drilled it in. Taylor scores! Just under 14 minutes played. And Ian Taylor opens the scoring for Aston Villa. But you'd have to look at the contribution made by Dwight York, who's been a real thorn in the side of United's defence since the very first minute. He was marvellously put free on the left by Townsend. Down by Scholes. Here's Neville. Manchester United just not really functioning in the way that their fans have become accustomed. Sharp. This is Parker. McClare nicely cushioned. Here's Nicky Butt. Neville gives it in back. And nicely done by Keane. Now, can he deliver a good cross? Little Alan Wright took it off him. And he's found Draper, who's found Dwight York. And United are backpedaling. Still Dwight York. Milosevic. Draper. It's 2-0, and Mark Draper, the £3.25 million signing from Leicester City, gets his first Villa goal. And we've not played half an hour, and Manchester United look a team in trouble. Half the team aged 21 or under, and they're 2 goals down. So the player signed twice by Brian Little, once when he was manager of Leicester City, and then brought to Villa when Little became the manager here. Pops in Villa's second goal, and it always looked on the cards. Here's Draper. That's for Milosevic over the top. Parker's in. Oh, a penalty's given. Schmeichel came out and took ball and man, and Savo Milosevic ends up on the floor, and now Schmeichel is looking at the real possibility of conceding 3 goals in the match. In fact, well, will he stay on the field? Robbie Hart's called him over and the book's out. Well, the penalty's been given, that's certain. And I'm not sure whether Robbie Hart's cautioned Peter Schmeichel as well. But it's Dwight York who's placed the ball on the spot, looking for Villa's third, and we've played just over 35 minutes. It's in danger of becoming a real rout, and already it's a scoreline which asks serious questions of Manchester United. This Manchester United side, for one reason or another, without Giggs, Cole and Cantona, but there are real worries for Alex Ferguson. And look at Brian Kidd alongside him. Already the chin's in the hands and the expression is very downcast. Alistair's header just going upwards, which gives Milosevic another chance at it. Parker. Roy Keane just to try and bring it out and relieve a bit of pressure. Here's Draper for Villa. Gary Charles, and it's Villa's afternoon. And you think from this sort of position it can only get better for Villa. Oh, that's very awkward to Keane. Gary Neville. Well, Manchester United must be desperate to hear that half-time whistle, but you wonder what they can do at half-time. The 3 substitutes that they have here are all aged 20 or 21, and between them have played, well, barely a dozen games. Sharp, Parker, Pallister, Scholes, back to Nicky Butt, Ekiog's with him, but here's a good chance. Well, it's the second good opening they've had. Both have fallen to Nicky Butt. Looked as if he was favourite to get there just ahead of Ekiog, but he didn't really get a full connection on it. And it was easy for Bosnich. There's only scraps in the game for Manchester United. Nothing like the decent chances that Villa have fashioned. Obstruction against Sharp gives United a free kick, and we're counting down to the last 4 minutes of the half. Villa have taken the kick short. Here's Draper. Southgate. They just seem to do what they want with it at the moment. Parker's header only as far as Townsend. And Draper. Relief finally for Manchester United. And it's been a glorious first 45 minutes for Aston Villa. Goals from Taylor, Draper, and then the Dwight York penalty. And you'd have to think there's more to come in the second half. But what on earth can Manchester United do? Keane for United. Scholes was in, but he didn't win it. Here's Neville. Flicked on, great header by Keane, and a super save by Bosnich. Well, at last, Manchester United produce a bit of football worthy of their reputation. Close range header, magnificently saved. Just the corner, which David Beckham will take. Out by Townsend. Keane lifts it up, not quite what he intended, and Gary Neville missed it. And Villa have got their substitute on. It's Tommy Johnson up front now to replace Milosevic. No offside. Here's Dwight York off the back of Irwin, corner. As close as United were at one end. Villa so quick to take play back upfield and threaten their United goal yet again. Schmeichel organises things as Andy Townsend takes this Villa corner. McGrath right on the edge of the penalty area. Beckham. Draper stays with him. That's a good ball by Beckham. Nice cushion header to McClare. Keane. Here's Irwin. Sharp. Ekigog's come right out with him, as he can afford to do, with Villa playing with three central defenders. Well, the linesman didn't see any obstruction. Pallister. Oh, gets it back when he probably didn't want it. Here's Scholes. Here's Nicky Butt. Now Neville. And there's a United player down needing treatment, just like Pallister. They wouldn't want to lose him. Oof. Scholes had his studs showing, and he gets a yellow card. I think he was annoyed that he didn't get a decision a couple of seconds earlier, but he caught Ian Taylor. And Roy Keane just having to be pushed away. Well, Parker kept it in, but look what he's done. He just gave it to Wright. Here's Dwight York, the stretch now. Johnson wanted it played in behind the back man. And of the options that Dwight York had, he'll feel maybe he took the wrong one. It just wanted a little short ball played in inside the defender for Tommy Johnson to latch onto. Irwin sold short. Tommy Johnson took it off him. From a long way, Robbie Hart has indicated that he spotted a handball by Johnson. Gary Neville now playing as a central defender. McClare, nice touch by McClare, clawed away by Bosnich, still in play, and Scholes is penalised, and he's thrown the ball down, and he might well get cautioned. Robbie Hart gives him the benefit of the doubt, and the notebook stays in the pocket, but another super save by Bosnich. The few chances that United have made, they just haven't beaten a man who at one stage was their goalkeeper. O'Kane threads it through to find Scholes, who tries to turn and find himself a bit of room. It's not a bad ball. Again, Bosnich just did enough to push it away. Keane uses his body strength, now looks for support and finds it from Irwin. Sharp. Keane. Out to Beckham as they switch the point of attack. A rush of blood to David Beckham's head when there were better alternatives. There's Beckham. And Villa have just sat back. Scholes. Finally it's knocked in. McGrath wins it, and United have a throw. Now Beckham. There are plenty of United forwards to look for. McClare's there. Oh, Bosnich has saved it again. That time it was over the top of McClare, and it was knocked in by Roy Keane. And again, somehow, Bosnich scrambled it away. Well, Manchester United must be beginning to wonder what they've got to do to beat him. They're losing 3-0, but United could look back, particularly in this second half, and think of 3 scoring chances of their own. Beckham into O'Kane. He's got his back to goal. Nicely over the top. And then Dennis Irwin, uncharacteristically, thumps it over the bar from well inside the penalty area. Well, at least this young Manchester United side are giving Alec Ferguson something to be happy about. They've certainly made chances in this second half particularly. Beckham, and United have given themselves something in a match, but with less than 10 minutes to play, it may well be too little too late, but at least it's the reward for some better football in the second half. Brian McClare out to Beckham. Here's Irwin. That's a good effort. Well, they've only got past Bosnich the once. Otherwise, as improbable as it looked at half-time, this match could well have ended 3 apiece. And United pushing virtually everybody up for this corner. Claimed by Bosnich. And Villa look at the referee, and still the whistle doesn't come. Tommy Johnson chasing, and Neville concedes the throw. Andy Townsend. Here's Alan Wright. And 3-1 is the final score. It's a great start to the season for Aston Villa. maybe the message for Villa from their manager will be not to take the foot off the pedal quite so soon. Just one man stood between United and a possible draw, and that was Mark Bosnich. Aston Villa 3, Manchester United 1, the final score.